We're in the manufacturing area at Technology Center of DuPage, and I'm with Jim Vassar, who is a former TCD student before it was TCD, right?
Correct, Davia Center.
Tell me about your experience here at Davia. You were one of the first graduates?
The first, yes.
In
first
what
year.
area?
In the manufacturing area. Yep.
Okay, so tell me what drew you to the program and what the benefits that you think you got out of it.
Well, it's kind of a long-winded story, but I'll try to make it short. Basically, as a young child, I loved to take things apart, put things back together. I mean, didn't always put them back together the same way I took them apart, but it was always fascinated with those type of things. And in high school, I got into a tooling program, and I was fascinated with the machines and being able to do different things with metal and welding and things like that. It was just it was fascinating to me. In my senior year, the Davia Center program came on board, and I didn't have the wherewithal for college. There wasn't financing available. We came from a very large family, and I decided that that was going to be my career path. Okay. And the Davia Center kind of opened my eyes as to what was available. It was a little bit of a shock because it was now going from a small high school program to a very large technical program, but interesting nonetheless. And from there, worked on a part-time job, and the rest was history. And very, very good program. I was very happy with it, and I made the right choice.
And what do you do now?
I own my own company. We have 40 employees. We have 2 locations, one here in Chicago. We just opened last year in Columbus, Ohio, and we're growing, looking for good quality people.
Great. Now, coming back to TCD and seeing the changes that have happened over the years, especially the emphasis now on the kids that are coming here are probably going on to college.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of your impressions about the changes.
Well, the trend has always been, college bound equals success. And, that's not taking away from anything regarding college. College and continuing education is a wonderful thing. But what I realize is that there is a tremendous amount of people that are not in that loop, but unfortunately, for one reason or another, can't get into that program. And being in a vocational school or having options, in my estimation, is very important. I think there's an attitude towards manufacturing these days that we need to address, both from the high school level, the college level, and also the professional level. There needs to be a contingency of people that need to come together to break those barriers that are now created amongst the parents, amongst the students. There is tremendous opportunity in our fields, and very good paying, good wage areas that people can get into that they don't know about. They just have no idea.
So you think that if a student is considering a manufacturing field, are you thinking that the parents think that that's that means lower expectations out of them, and that's what you're trying to combat?
I do. I think most parents they have a vision in their head of dimly lit, smoky, dirty facilities where people are hammering things on anvils. Manufacturing is not that way. I mean, the manufacturing sector of our economy has turned into a high-tech field. There are a tremendous amount of automation jobs available in every area. We've had to automate our manufacturing base to be competitive, and that goes across the board from every aspect of our. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to break that bond that people, or that, I shouldn't say the bond, but trying to break that attitude that getting your hands dirty and being in a place where you're not in a cubicle. It just, to me, it needs to be addressed. People need to be educated into the abilities in manufacturing is in relation to the abilities for college education. I've had people tour through my facilities that had no idea what a manufacturing facility was, and when they left, they were amazed at what type of salary ranges are available, benefits packages. I mean, it goes on and on. So I think from my perspective as a business owner, we need to come together and create an educational facility outside of the hands-on that allows people to have an option.
And what kind of skills do you think that the students then need to grow in order to become successful in the manufacturing field?
Well, I think basically is math. I mean, that's the basis for our field. You know, a good math background is very important. What is the utmost important is interest. You know, if a person is interested and truly interested in getting into a position, those are the people that will be successful. You know, I mean, manufacturing starts at a position but fans out into many different areas. So pigeonholing yourself into one particular aspect of manufacturing is not necessarily what you're going to do from the time that you take a job to the time you retire. There's many different things and interests that can be accessed, but it's that education and that foundation that's important.
So a student doesn't necessarily need to know that right from the get-go what type of manufacturing they might be interested in, because the skills kind of cross over?
They do. You know, if there is interest, and if there is a strong mathematical background and a mechanical background, which is also important. Putting those three things together, a person can get anywhere in the manufacturing field, whether it be electronics, robotics, CNC manufacturing. The sky's the limit. It just, a person needs to build that foundation for themselves first, like any other trade or any other career. There's always foundational issues that need to be addressed. They need to be learned and retained, and then levels start and opportunities start to come from that.
So your advice to a student or parent of a student considering this field, either at Technology Center of DuPage or just as a career goal, what's your advice to them?
My advice would be to try to find somewhere where they can educate themselves to what's available. Take tours of facilities. A lot of facilities, like my facility, larger manufacturing facilities, they offer tours to young people who are looking to get an education. We have an apprenticeship program within our facility. Large manufacturers all have apprenticeship programs where they will take students in and show them from the ground up what they do, just to get an education on what's available.
For more information about Technology Center of DuPage and the various programs offered here, contact your local high school guidance office or visit tcdupage.org.